Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or messages. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Yes, Big Cat, we're going to dive into the incidentals of what's going on today. A moment to assemble, darling dears, before I press on at a hot trot. Namaste, Big Cat. Grand Rising. Come in. Come on. Recon is afoot, darling dears. The planetary energies today are Mercury in Virgo trines Pluto in Capricorn. A day to hit the books, darling dears. Research, darling dears, on serious topics that will further your goals and your ambitions and your dreams. You will get an answer to your issues, even if it's not the answer you was looking for. If you're looking for an easy way out when you're going into the knowledge, baby, there's no easy way out. You have to learn it. Your voice is how you enact great change in your life, darling dear. Get the gift of what? Persuasion, darling dear. I don't mean coercion. That's a whole different topic that we're not going into because it's not fabulous, right? I'm talking about the art of persuasion. There's a lovely book. I've forgotten who wrote it. The art of what? Making friends and influencing others and making friends. Somebody put the name in the comments for me, darling dear. Lovely book. Lovely book. Mars in Gemini trines Saturn in Aquarius. A day for innovation, darling dears, as goals are achieved with hard work and clever thinking, futuristic thinking like a gangster, Big Cat, fist bump. The moon, the skullduggerous moon, will leave Libra and enter Scorpio this evening. If you need to know more, you can get to the core right now. There may be something more underneath the surface that you have not yet realized. And as you know, Scorpio is what? The 8th house. The 8th house is about your what? Your taxes, your finances, your inheritances, darling dears. Yes, baby, about the spiritual world as well. It's also what? The house of joint finances, darling dears. Pluto squares the moon. This is going to mark a time where your mind is influenced by your own desires over the weeks ahead. As you have curiosity and creativity, you will be unstoppable, Big Cat. Curiosity and creativity is the key to what? Mother of all inventions, darling dears. All inventions. Pinkies up. It's only when you are hard on yourself that it feels that you're stuck in an emotional what? Rocks of life, darling dear. Don't be hard on yourself, especially when you're putting in an effort to get great on a daily basis. The only cat you're in competition with is the one in the mirror, the cat you was the day before. The things that you did in yesteryear you cannot do anymore, darling dears. Why? Because there's an assignment, blood. I told you what the assignment was so many times. We've got an assignment, Big Cat. We haven't got time to be wondering and waiting. Nah, babe, we've got to get it rocking and rolling. As you remember, I told you many times, my dear Big Cat, you pea glitter, you shit cupcakes and you fart rainbows, and you just accept it, darling. Just accept it so that you can get great. The rules of life, darling dear, has what? 2 L's and 2 W's, which comes to what? Efficiency. 2-8. Saved by grace, darling dears, by grace. The first L, trying to get Porsche on you now, pinkies up. The first L is when you lose. Yeah, that's the first one, darling dear. right? The second one, the second L, is when you learn from what you lose. Lao my tongue Mercury retrograde, your skull Douglas. Continue enjoy jabbering here if you're not careful. As I was saying, the second L is when you learn. The first W, darling dears, is the wisdom you gain from learning from what you lost or losing. And the final W, yes, the second one, is the win that you will gain from the wisdom of what you learned from what you lost. Are you still with me, big cat? And how do you do that? Can we have a quick chat, big cat? I've got something on my mind. Who's gonna check me, woo? As I sip my mocha from my big cat cup. Because I ain't getting smoke blood. Because I like to contemplate a thing or two, you know? Think about things. Because all answers come from within, darling dear. Even if it's what? A guide, a compass to get on the what? The Google, the internet, the keypad, darling dear, to research your intel. The first thing you gotta learn, darling dears, is to walk alone. People gonna judge you anyway. Walk alone. I've told you many times, love all, trust a few, but paddle your own canoe, big cat, and put your back into it as you move in silence. Write that down. Love all, trust a few, and paddle your own canoe. Don't hesitate when you should act. Remember what I said? We get Latin up in this bitch. Yeah, carpe diem, darling dear. Seize the day. Sometimes an opportunity which is absolutely fortuitous for you, darling dears, may only strike once on this Malkuth in your lifetime, darling dears. An opportunity that will open the doors to many other opportunities. So carpe diem, yeah? You have to also what? Experience what you have learned. The gathering of intel, knowledge which is power and power which is power, is futile, is busted and dodo dead if you don't act upon the knowledge that you've gleaned through your what? Gangster ways, darling dears. Your what? What can I say? Learned gangster ways, where you took the skill, the time, the energy to focus and learn said knowledge. You've got to use it. Otherwise, you'll be the richest person in the graveyard, blood, and nobody will know what you had because the dead don't speak, darling dears. They don't. It's only the live ones you've got to watch out for. Remember always, big cat, good things don't come easy. Don't you dare think for a moment, not even a nanosecond, that anyone is going to fight your battles with the same amount of vigor, right? And putting your back into it as you will, darling dear. Remember that, darling dear. Nobody's going to be as devoted to what? Your greatness as you, big cat. Remember that. Remember, some people will just get on board on your boat so they can poke holes in it and sink the whole ship because they can't be what? Capitan of badness. They want to push badness on your blood, so they will sink your ship. Put vigor into what you've got going on. Never you dare, big cat, fail to embrace new things. The results will come eventually, whether you like it or not, whether you're good at it or bad. But you will use what? Your bad arsery from your north node, right, to what? Embody these new things, darling dears. You've always got a guide. New things. I like new things. It brings change. Because why? Staying the same as you was the day before is what? A defunct cat. A disuseful cat. Why? Because you're not going anywhere, blood. You're still going to continue on the same rat race and rigmarole of the what? Eat, sleep, entertain, and pay bills until you're dead. And listen, at this moment in time, the only two sureties on this Malkuth is death and taxes. I tried to think of a third one, but I'm stuck for a third one, big cat. Even I have to be what? Fall back from the chattiness when it comes to looking for a third thing that's going on here. The next one, darling dear, is take care of your health. Exercise. Some of you haven't exercised for so long, you don't know where to start. I saw this man, he weighed about what? I think it was 500 odd pounds, right? And he made a comment on a fitness website about himself, you know, I mean, trying to downgrade himself, and he was shocked with the amount of help. This man hadn't been able to bathe his whole body in over a year. They donated what? One of the a massive adult-sized paddling pool for him to wash himself in because he couldn't get into the bath. And they said to him, "You can't get off the chair, but you can throw your body around in the meantime. Just get your blood flowing." He did, and he lost every jot of that weight. It was emotional. Take care of your health, darling dear. Get your CMOS, get your vitamins in, get your beauty sleep, darling dear. Sleep, that sweet, sweet space where you can co-create as you're what? In charge of the astral plane. In your sleep, I said. How to know whether or not you are sleeping? Look at your hands. Make yourself look at your hands. If they start to move slowly, you have control of the dreamscape, darling dears. Write that shit down as well. Write it down. Remember this. You are not a pawn in this game of life, darling dears. As a volunteer, you've got tools and you must use them. Make every moment count, darling dear. Live your life to its fullest extent. Life is short. You never know what tomorrow gonna bring, blood. It could bring, I'm not even going to mention it. Let the budget just stay where it's at. Too blessed and highly favored. Let's press on. Make every moment count, big cat. Live and let live. So many of us have fallen along the wayside onto the rocks of life, right? With our hairline being dealt with in a rapid way as we embrace a friar tuck in the reverse, darling dears. Why? We went forward and helped those that was making a mistake. Let me tell you something. It is below your spiritual pay grade to interrupt somebody, right, who's making a mistake, especially when they're of age, right? Especially when they keep making the same mistake. You must excuse yourself from that madness and run with your back arched. Yes, baby, I told you, get a good pumper on. Yeah. Live and let live, darling dear. What did James Bond say? Live and let die. Yeah. Live and let live, darling dears. You can't help everyone. You can't. This type of behavior can lead you into all kinds of troubles and misunderstandings. And guess who'd be the one they want to stone, darling dear? You'll be the fall guy, the patsy. Yeah. Don't force your ideas on others. No. Live and let live, right? Live and let live. Remember what I said. The silent one will always become the master. Why? They've got the listening ears, black. The listening ears and the eye chakra to can't believe what you saw and ensure that you don't do that same shiznai. You must be what? Flexible with your goals. Yes. You've got to learn to be a bit bendy. It's important to analyze your current position. Remember what I said? We're leading with Socrates this week. Socrates said an unexamined life is a waste. All right, so always re-examine your current position. Best time to do that is set a marker on your calendar, on your phone, to remind you on the new moon, where you set your intentions for what you want to manifest throughout the month, and where you continue to foster it, right? As the moon is galvanizing its energy with the waxing, the first quarter, then it gets to the waxing gibbonous moon, then it's the full moon when it should have come to its culmination. That's right. Always take a look at your current position, darling dear, because your activities will surely influence your future position as what? Checkmater on the board, darling dear. Never you forget, darling dears, my final rule, as we get the 2 L's, followed by a hard and a quick and a lovely, fabulous, gorgeous and lovely, in fact, W's, darling dears, is for every action there is a reaction, darling dear. An equal opposite. So therefore, you treat every one of your words with caution, darling dear. Taste it on your palate before you utter it, especially when you're uttering it onto the wrong ears. Some people don't want to be told nothing, darling dear. Some will want to tongue wrestle, right? Have you looking like a whole chicken of the sea in them streets. Others may even attempt to what? Set upon you with fists. Yes. They will try and beat your opinion out of you, darling dear. OMG. Listen, perish the thought. Go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video, darling dears, where I teach you light kung fu and self-defense. Because we don't listen. If somebody is trying to step to you in an aggressive manner and you can see in their eye they intend to back it up with fisticuffs and dragging your clothes and tearing your apparel, darling, and ripping out your good hairline, right? You make sure you know how to defend thyself, darling dears. I told you, these are limb destructors. Get used to the terminology. Some people will try and wrestle you to the ground. And if they can't do that, darling dear, if they can't get you to tongue wrestle, if they can't get you for what? Mortal combat, darling dear, because we didn't fight. No, we rich white lady season. You get a team, right? They will get on the balls of their feet, darling dears, as merchants of slander, spreading wickedness. Well, leave them to it, darling dear, because I told you we transmute what? The darkness into light. They didn't get the memo, and they're not being invited to any of our board meetings unless they come in and don't say anything. Isn't that right, Slim Jim? Yes, that's right. Tell them to smash that like button, because we're unpacking a thing or two. And I've got to get to the gym. I told you I like to train on by myself because I like to walk alone. I like to be in my own motivation, right? But I like the gym as well. I like that everybody's there of one accord to get great. Electrify. Didn't you hear that word? Electrify, darling dears. Time to electrify what? Your knowledges, darling dears, as you embrace the L's, darling dears. Because not only is it for a loss or losing, it's also for the lesson, darling dear. And the two L's make a lovely W. And it's also the wings, so you can fly away on your what? Flip-flop of common sense, darling dears. Common sense, as we call in the energies. My right, left shoulder. Ooh. As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies, up, big cat. As we what? Look at these rules, darling dears. Look at these rules. Where are we gonna go to first? I'm feeling the dominoes today. Just the one. Oh, we have the energy of what? The 4 blank, darling dears. This is about what? A personal reward. And it also represents what? The Fool in tarot. Air, as well as Uranus energy, darling dears. The Fool is about what? Sudden change, as well as new beginnings. We also have the energy of the Emperor, boss up mode, as well as for some in tarot, the Emperor represents Father Godmother Isis, about boss upness, darling dear. It also speaks about embodying all of the 4 kings. The king of what? Emotions. The king of what? Your analytical skills, darling dears. The king of spiritual guidance. And the king of the what? Skrilla.com, the big pentacale, darling dears. This also is what? A call to action, darling dears. Action for a new beginning. You've got to step into it, darling dear. As I said, we embrace new things. This is what we go to, darling dears, in order to understand what we was what? Lacking in our lives on this Malkuth. Yes, baby. The Emperor. It also represents what? A future husband or even a father figure coming towards you. But it's also what? Giving you the understanding that you, darling dear, are the whole army. Yeah. From the foot soldier up to the commandante. Yeah. The whole game plan. You come with what? Weapons. Weapons of what? Righteousness, courage, compassion, respect, truthfulness, honor, and loyalty. And your 8th weapon is the passion and the self-control to embody and exemplify the first 7 weapons. Weapons. It also speaks about what? A new beginning, something that is based in authority. Somebody's going to be getting what? Either a promotion, because we are in Virgo. So Virgo is about your work life, darling dear, as well as your organizations and routines. If you've been having a dry period on the job front, darling dear, expect a change. It also speaks about what? Um, some about timing. I just heard timing. Somebody is an entrepreneur. Something that you drop at this time, darling dears, is going to what? Win them all across. You're going to have what? The power of persuasion. Whatever you've been doing, darling dears, you're about to exceed and succeed, darling dears. Oh, I love it. I don't hate it. I love it. Okay, shall I double it? Yes, let's get a room. Give it a good shake. Good Colin, gosh, if you're gonna get one, let it be the Tower, Hagalaz. In the reverse, darling dears. This speaks about some kind of illness. Somebody's going through some illness and hardships at this moment in time. Some kind of pain that they're not speaking about. You need to speak up, darling dear. And it also speaks about what a dis-ease that's blocking someone's sudden change, a new beginning. This is about you having to break down some kind of psychological boundary that you've got in your cranium. If it's the fact that you're living on what someone else said, darling dears, it's fodder on the wind, blood. Fodder on the wind. You have to remember, until you make up a decision in your mind that you are a limitless being and you can bend the matrix any way you see fit, you're always going to be what? A summer, darling dear, and a follower, looking for someone else to give you what? The gumption to what? Eat and sleep. And what? SHIT, darling dears. Yes, baby. This is about you what? Understanding that not all change is going to be perceived as good in the beginning, darling dears, but it's for your greatest good. It's about you what? Taking the test and going through the trial of what? Destructing what no longer serves you. The Tower card, represented by Fire, Mars, and Uranus energy. It also speaks about self-defense in the reverse. Somebody's given up on a self-defense class. I'm feeling embarrassment. And don't be embarrassed about how you look, darling dear. Everybody was always a beginner at something at some point. I don't care. Listen, that's why I go to the gym. I don't care. Want to look at me? I'm sweating, you sweating. So what? And what? It also speaks about someone in the reverse speaks about somebody coming out of depression, darling dear. Their feelings are cooling off in a situation as they get what? Clarity, darling dear. The old flip-flop. They've got it back on. This also speaks about the uncertainty of a path that's being taken, lacking in inspiration, when all inspiration comes from the Most High, darling dears. Pray on it. Go to your North Node, look at your South Node, and it will show you why you are stuck at this moment in time. Somebody's releasing the depression of a trauma, or they're looking back at a trauma that highly depressed them, possibly have them in a funk, darling dears. They're realizing that it doesn't affect them anymore. What was once a major tower in their life is what? Listen, is an anthill that they kicked over. In their flip-flops, I might add. Pinkies up. Let's get your ancestral message. I'm going to go with the Witch's Oracle Wisdom, base of the deck. Passion can't contain it, darling dear. Overflowing, we see the phoenix from the ashes, baby, a new beginning. And it also speaks about what? The flagrant gossip, the gossipers, those windbreakers, darling dear. They've got the wrong orifice at their mouth chakra. Well, not really, because the same thing's coming out of the top end and the bottom end, darling dears. There's a lot of talk about you, darling dears, and we've got the dull yellow of the what? Mouth breather, watching in jealousy. Why? They couldn't believe that you would stand up for yourself, darling dear, and lean into your own understanding. They're watching you what? Cook your own stew pot, and they want to know what your ingredients are. Well, I think you should tell them, darling dears. Yes, tell them. Love and light. That's what you tell them. Communicative dance, darling dears. We're trying to embody. No, we are embodying this. Speak it into existence, and so shall it be. Moat. I'm using all of the cards in the upright today. If it should spin into the reverse, I saw it should go. I saw it must go. Base of the deck. What did I say? Death card, Scorpio energy. Look at their eyes. They're getting sleepless nights, darling dears, as their mouth is shut. They didn't think you'd reach the level where you are now, not realizing that where you are right now is your springboard, blood. Yeah. They see you on this springboard. They see you take off your lovely robe off your shapely back, which you turned, law 16. They see you drop said robe. They see you jump up into the air. And then they see you what? Run across the top of the water. Why? They was trying to anticipate your next move, blood. We don't tell them our next move. This is why they're watching, looking to get gassed up by what you've got going on. They wants to know your ingredients. And it also speaks about what the malicious eyes and their ears, darling, they're looking like a whole rat. The focus is on you. It's a big tag you're it, big cat. Why you've broken generational curses. You broke links and chains. What does your ancestral team want you to know? 2 cards, please. Oh. They said it's hotting up for you, darling. This you saw me shuffle. You saw me do a good shufti. They want you to what? Get this in your cranium. This is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, darling dears. This speaks about what your creativity is what is going to what put the fire and the passion into what your internal strength. It also speaks about sexual energy, darling dears. I've been hinting that some will be going into union. It also speaks about being impulsive, darling dears. Impulsive is not impetuous. They're 2 different I am words, darling dears. This is about you being impulsive, taking a risk, taking a chance. How are you going to know if it's not going to work unless you take that chance? Because it will surely intensify. Yes, baby, writing that shiznai down, darling dears. Write down your goals, your dreams. You have to write it down and set your intention. And something was also written, a contract, darling dear. Fire, somebody's burnt her contract with someone and they're not loving it. It could have been a soul tie, it could have been a marriage, it could have been a business situation. It could also be you be what? Burning a work tie, leaving a job, darling dear, taking that leap of faith because you will be caught. Darling dears, by the Most High, take the risk for this new beginning. Only you can step towards that unknown path. No one can make you do it, darling dear. You're already made. But it's definitely the severing of a tie, of a contract, darling dear. Examining, as I said, somebody's examining a past trauma and realizing it don't hurt anymore. And you can't understand why you was upset. Please excuse the adverts. Base of the deck, darling dear. What did I just say? We are setting our intentions, darling dears, and focusing what's going to get us great. And that comes through what? Knowledge. Knowledge is power. And power is power. And I'll have nothing else said. It's time to turn away from those that are dumb as a crumb. Wasting your precious energy on those birds that flew too fast past their nest. Let's get a deck that I haven't used in a while. I haven't used the Modern Witch. Base of the deck, darling dear. Queen of Wands, plan, plotting and strategizing and looking sexy in them streets. Fabulous, gorgeous and lovely. This is about you what? How can I put it? You're coming up with the ideas, darling dears. You're getting the downloads. You're using your intuition, your discernment. This is somebody who's proud of their achievements, darling dears. What you've achieved up till this point. But it's also taking action on the new ideas that are coming towards you. The Queen of Wands, darling dears, she's fabulous, really. So this is somebody who has their birth natal chart. Yes, using that knowledge in order to what? Make successes in their lives. This also speaks about what? Somebody who is a strategist. Yes, that's the word. This is about, as I said, take somebody who sits, right, and takes the time to look at where they currently are in order to assess their progress or what they need to fine tune and taking the action immediately, darling dears. Immediately. No, I nearly spinning the cards. No spinning of the cards today. Unless they spin thyself. We're going to ask these quick questions. Hold on, is that, yeah. first one is about walking your own path. What cards want to tell you about walking your own path? Base of the deck, you're running away from a dealing mattress back. But also, it speaks about what? Running away from gossips. But it also speaks about what? An adventure. And this is feeling energized, going, moving, action, fast moving, darling dear. And it also speaks about what? A knight speaks about a message, some kind of a meeting, some kind of a destined meeting is coming towards you. It also speaks about a young lover. Everybody's pursing their lips and leaning their head to the left, blood. What about your own path? Yeah, look! Major arcana. Your steps are being divinely ordered as you create boundaries for yourself, darling dear. This is spiritual blessing on the Emperor. Some of you are what? Sent to be teachers, darling dears, and it's time for you to take that seat and acknowledge you are about to be what? The leader in your field. Why? You took the time to learn your skill, whatever it is, inside out. I told you knowledge is power. The Emperor. Absolutely lovely. This also speaks about a union for some, darling dear. It will lead to a long-term or even marriage. Somebody who matches your gangster, darling dears. Your path is divinely guided. You trusted the wisdom that you was gaining from the inside out was going to what? Be what? Fortuitous to your long-term goals, your achievements, and your dreams. And you're on the right path. But look! What did I just say about a union? A union is about to kick off for some, darling dear, and it's going to be a chance meeting. This is not someone you know already. This is somebody who's as spiritual as you, darling dear. Somebody who's ticking all of your boxes. But I don't care who it is. They holding Buddha's hand. You better make sure that you've what? Done the work, darling dear. The interviewing. This is absolutely lovely. This is the yin to your yang. Or the yang to your yin, darling dears. A new beginning. Because this is about you knowing your worth. Understanding that you can, as you nurture yourself, darling dears, sit with what? Spirit at your back. As you use your discernment, your intuition, this is drawing in like-minded frequencies and energies. You're on the right path. 3 major arcana, and you know how I love a throuple. Base of the deck, another major arcana. Because of the strength you showed. You didn't allow yourself to be what? Tempted off your flip-flop, darling dears. You understood the past. If you didn't go through those lessons where you got the 2 L's and then got the 2 W's, you wouldn't be where you are right now. Spiritual strength and ascension. Big cat Leo energy. Venus also, the Empress is represented by Venus. This also speaks about expansion. It's about luxury, darling dears. Some of you are looking into some kind of refurbishment of your home. It could also be the decoration of your business, or, I don't know, upgrading in some way. Seeing a lot of root chakra here, the red. It's about the stability that you've created for yourself, darling dears. Some of you are embodying masculine and feminine energy, darling dears. You've learned to what? Strong up the conscious mind by what? Using your affirmations, repeated actions, your binary beats, whatever it is for you, darling dear, to get to your subconscious, the feminine energy. This is where you found your strength, as well as what? Bringing in the balance of spirit, the Most High, in every decision you've made up to this point. 4 major arcana that you are on your right path. The strength card is about you being the hero in your life. Moving on instinct, darling dears, and it also speaks about a message coming towards you, one that is going to show or pay you in kind that you're bravery and courage to trust this new beginning, that you've walked this new path, this unknown path, that you are on the right path, and you're going to be receiving major rewards, darling dears. This is about being stress-free, being able to relax. This is about you choosing the energy that you are around wisely, and it also speaks about someone in a school. I'm getting there's some 2 teachers at it in a school, darling dear. But they're going to have to be strong. I think they're going to have to take it to marriage in order to get over the scandal of that. because you're not supposed to fraternize with your colleagues. Well, they're fraternizing, mate. Learning new things. You're on the right path, darling dear. Right. Let's give it another shufti. Why must you carpe diem, seize the day when opportunity presents itself? Why must you seize the day? Thank you. Yeah. Because you know, you don't want to be what? The regret, darling dear, that ill wind of regret. You don't want to be on your deathbed, right, with your bucket list being unrealized. Why? Because you listened to what other people said. You lived on what? Regret. You lived on sadness. You lived on loss. You don't want to, darling dears. You don't want to go to your grave with a broken heart for the things that you could have achieved. This is about what? Allowing the betrayal, darling dears. Allowing the words of others and trusting in the Most High. Seize the day. Taurus energy. This is about what? Being wise, darling dears. Being wise. Proverbs 13:20. When you walk with the wise, you'll be wise. This is about choosing the right company. How do you do that? By praying on it. By looking at the fruits of people's labors, how they live in their lives. You can't hang around people that's broke, darling dear. You can't, because next, guess who's going to be broke next? You. Or you'll be the community bank. Good God. Perish the thought. Carpe diem, darling dears, and take the opportunities that come towards you. Seize the opportunities. Run towards the opportunities, because that is how you bring change. And not only that, that is how you test your worth, your gangster, your knowledge. Take these opportunities. Most important, darling dear. Why is it important for the big cat to experience, to have the experiences from the knowledge they've learned? Because you'll get 1111 fade blood. Because you will make right choices, darling dears. You will attract what you truly deserve. You've got Archangel Michael in the background, darling dears. Archangel Michael rules the arm, solar plexus, no less. Big cat Leo energy, and it also speaks about the easterly direction. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun speaks about what? I am, your ego, your vitality, right? Your consciousness, darling dears. Raising in your consciousness. This is why you must experience the knowledge. Mutual minds will be brought to you, darling dear. Learn it in the topic of choice. Love it. I don't hate it. I love it, darling dears. The Four of Wands also speaks about what? You will create more stable what? Relationships in your life. This is blessings, peace, and harmony as you embrace adventures. One speaks about adventures, darling dears. Take them. Use your knowledge to experience this new beginning. Your cup will runneth over. Write down your goals and aspirations and tick off your bucket list. And start yesterday. Give it another shofty. Why doesn't good things come easily? Next question. Why doesn't good things come easily? Things worth having. Why don't they come easily? You've got a throuple. Because, baby, they come with stress. They come with attachments, darling. There's things that make you can't eat and can't sleep, where you'll be too fat or too skinny, darling dears. This is about you what? Prioritizing your life, darling dears. Making the right choices and decisions in said life. This is why the things won't come easy. You have to stand up and know your worth and add tax and use your abilities and skills in your right mind. And in some cases, make what? Blind choices in order to bring justice into your life. Good things don't come easy, darling dears, but they're so worth it. Two of Pentacles, that's mental health, darling dear. Being your strength, being able to balance your responsibilities, make right decisions. But if you don't, if you're relying on someone else's understanding, darling dear, you'll always end up alone and at the bottom of the pit, watching their crack for air as they what achieve and bend the matrix with your ideas, your works, your energy, your time, your years, your hairline, darling dears. It's not going to come easy, but you can what make it. Mm-hmm. Yes, baby. Two twos on the table speaks about what? Obsession as well as what? Choice. And it's also about what? A purging. Purification, darling dear. Understanding what you have on the tableau, darling dears, and whether or not you really want to achieve it, how much you're prepared to put into it. Are you prepared to what? Cut certain energies out of your life in order to achieve your end goal? Are you prepared to give up the club, darling dear? For those of you that go to the club still, so that you can spend the time gaining knowledge. Are you prepared to work into the night? Are you prepared to what? Keep going, especially when the naysayers have come out what? In the multitude. They always rock in legions, darling dears. In legions of what? Subterfuge and bull swanky. Continue to set your intentions, darling dears, because nothing worth having doesn't come easy. I'm not saying that life is meant to be a struggle. Once you understand the game, darling dears, everything bends to your will. Why is it important to learn new things? Always embracing new things. Why is it important? Why is it important? Because otherwise you'll be stuck, blood. You'll be going nowhere fast, blood. You'll be in a lead balloon and you'll be alone. And I'll be right here to tell you, well, I did tell you. Don't hold back your opportunities, darling dears. You'll be stuck, stagnant, kryptonite to a big cat, living on yesteryear, living on sadness, darling dear, loss, lack. You'll be taking on what? What other people's got to say about you. And I told you, opinions are like arseholes. Some are loose and flatulent, darling dear. And some will give you what? The bad news, the bad intentions, right? And the bad advice just to watch you tank out or tap out, darling dears. I'm telling you. Learn new things, yeah? Because you don't want to be stuck on your forehead, blood. And when you learn new things, darling dears, justice is about freedom, darling dear. You'll what? You'll have painful endings, but it will create freedoms for you, Libra energy, in the upright. It's also what? Karma, darling dears. If you stay with leaning on only the understanding and knowledge that you have right now today, darling dears, it will never be enough. It won't. Because you have to evolve. You have to keep it what? Popping and fresh, darling dear. Especially if you want to be what? The leader in your field. We already saw the Emperor come out with the Empress, darling dear. Yeah. Start leave that. Put it back the right way, because I told you all the cards are going upright unless they choose to jump down over like they did. Don't stay stagnant, stop, blood. Don't stay sad too long, blood. Don't stay there too long. The DNS is not fabulous, darling dear. It's meant to be what? A time for you to get great. Use your knowledge. Look back at situations in a what? Third person perspective, darling dears. And realizing the 2 L's you got and get into your 2 W's, blood. The what? The lose, the learn, the wisdom, and the win. Fist bump. Please excuse the adverts. And the health. Why is it important to take care of your health? Why is it important? Your health could be your energies, what you listen to, what you read, whom you're around, the job you're doing, darling dear. Your workplace could have so many negative energies with unchecked psychosis that you are adopting it. Look at this. Take care of your health, blood. Put you first, yeah? King of Wands and the 6 of Cups. Listen, you don't want to be living in regret, looking back when you should have been standing up for yourself. The Wands is about action, taking action towards your goals. 8 This goes from 7 of Wands, darling dears, to the 8 of Wands. This speaks about when you focus on what, taking care of your temple, the only temple you're going to get on this Malkuth. It will take care of you in a rotten way, darling dear. They'll be bringing flowers and crying the tears, right? Right, I mean, crying with no tears as they sing Amazing Grace at your funeral, darling dear. You have to take care of yourself. The King of Wands is about what? Taking action, looking at what needs to be done, right? And understanding that you have, yes, you have to talk yourself, and sometimes you got to trick yourself. Listen, if I've had a time where I haven't worked out for a while, you know what I do? I go to bed in my workout clothes so that when I open my eye chakras, after I said thank you to the Most High, I'm ready to work out. I ain't got no excuse, blood. I can't get out of the bed, and I can't stay on the bed all day. I've got to get out of the bed. I'm not a sleeping cat. Anyway, I digress again. Take action on your health, darling dear. You don't want them to be putting posies on your grave when you've got so much to live for, right? You're being spiritually guided to look at how you deal with your temple, darling dears. Your mental energy, your physical energy, your spiritual energy. And stop thinking about situations of the past. The past is the past for a reason. If it was a King of Wands who is what a ne'er-do-well, darling dear, this is somebody who is they got the unsatisfied eyes. You've got to let those energies go. This is unhealthy if you're still holding on to what? The upsettedness of it all. I told you, forgive everything in the past. Forgive it. So, as I said, some days you'll be at a 5, maybe even a hard 6. You can get it to an 8 if you focus, darling dear, and realize it's cancelled. Realize the 2 L's in the situation was there so that you could gain the 2 W's. Take care of your health. That should go first. Your health is your wealth. And thy cup will runneth over, darling dear. For many more good decades. Self-care, Ace of Cups. Drink of that cup every day, darling dears. Pamper yourself. Some are saying they don't have the bag to pamper yourself. Listen, if I want to pamper myself, I can pamper myself at the 99p shop. Not everything I'll put on my skin because I don't want a foot growing out of my eye socket or anything like that. But you can do it. You can do it. Love on yourself. Look at yourself naked for a full 60 seconds on a daily basis. At first, you're going to be embarrassed. Then you're going to be like, oh, looking at all of the bad, wrong things with you. But you have to remember, sometimes the scars could be from childbirth. It could be from your appendix being taken out. It could be from a sporting accident. It built your character because you still carried on regardless, darling dears. Love on yourself. Give yourself the self-care, the self-love, and the self-worth. What? Big cat high five on a daily basis. Your foods, where you spend your time, everything, darling dear. Take a good look at that. Remember what Socrates said? An unexamined life is a wasted life. What's the next one? Live and let live. Let Folio make their mistakes. Especially if you've told them, right? They've asked your opinion, right? And now they want to use you as their what? Emotional tampon. Yeah. They want to continue to be a full-on tampon string in your life, getting at your psychological password with the rinse and repeat of the drudgery of their life. Yeah. Why must you live and let live? Mind your own business. Get a good pumper on. To run away, I mean. You don't do the quick, slow. No. We do quick. This is why you must live and let live, darling dear. Because you've got higher ideals. You've got options, darling dears. What you are seeking on this Malkuth is seeking you. You've already broke generational curses, generational cycles. You are on a win-win. You've got a healthy cranium at this moment in time, darling dears. And you don't want the toxic to come and infest what you've got going on. Because they come with what? The bad vibes, the bad luck, the bad intention, right? And the bad credit. Let me tell you something. If that don't make you what? Hide your ovaries and your scrotum, I don't know what will, right? Because I told you, you're not losing nothing, darling dear, when you live and let live. When you focus on your own garden. when you focus on your own dreams, your own goals, your own family. Some of you have created your own family. Focus on your progeny, darling dears. I don't mean become so obsessed with their life that you don't live your own. That would be foolhardy, because progeny are meant to what? Grow up and fly the coop, darling dear. Some of them have to learn. Some of them you have to teach them how to fly by kicking them out, right? But others, they will leave of their own accord when you've given them the 10 lessons of life. Which is all focused on what? Forgiving, finding your footing, looking after your health, darling dear. Let Folio do what Folio's got to do. Don't get in the way of Folio, otherwise you'll be run over, mate. And then they'll talk about how you dare to mess up their life by being the person that walked in front of the car crash that they created of their life. Yeah, you'll be the blamed one. They'll shapeshift on you. Live and let live, darling dear. Divine is gifting you with a whole plethora, a whole cacophony, darling dear, of infinite abundance. What you are seeking is seeking you, but you have to learn to what? 9 of Cups. Realize that your desires will come to you, darling dear, when you what? Detach your emotions from situations that is not leading to your greatness, to those that are not allowed to be in your gang because they're broke, they're going nowhere, they want to remain broken, right? They're living in toxic situations where they're being cheated on, beaten on, right? Where their children are being put upon on a daily basis. They're not supporting their progenies in any way, right? Where they've got the bad friends, the back front neck tap. Allow it, man. I could go on for days, darling dears, of the what hockey sticks at dawn. You avoid when you live and let live. I don't care who it is. If you gotta go, you gotta go. If you're my energy, my time. Listen, let me sip my mocha because I ain't getting smoke blood. Listen, I even have to take a puff of my what? What's this flipping thing called again? My son said to me that he wants me to come off the field and go into the barn. He doesn't want me to smoke my roll-ups anymore, so I had to come off the field. Listen, everything will be irie, right? Once you live and let live, make them go on with what they want for go on with. Of course, you get Jamaican on you, use a bit of patois, right? Yes, man, you must make them go on with what they need for go on with. Because lazy dog will nyam dirty pudding. I will translate it for you. A lazy dog will always eat the dirty pudding. We don't eat dirty pudding. We are big cat eating cake. As the Big Cat Chronicles continues, darling dear. Yeah. Live and let live. Yes. Let them live in whatever they created. You are not Captain Save a Harlot. You are what? The King of Pentacles, darling dear. This is somebody who's been through a thing or two. Could be an entrepreneur. You're getting up there in life, darling dear. You're gaining tangible things. You've got things to lose, darling dears. They haven't got none. Leave them where they are. We can't pick anyone up lest they what invite you on a spiritual short pass that's going on a field trip past the sign that says you can't F off past this point. You got to leave Folio alone. If Marcus wants to be what? Marking up people's life with wickedness, let Marcus do it. Leave Marcia alone. If Marcia wants your man, let Marcia have it, because it can't be your man if Marcia can get it. That sister Susie needs to go, blood. Susie! I'm just chucking words out there. If your name is Marcus, Marcia, or Susie, I don't need nothing unless you're doing these skulldugger's things, and I really mean it. I do. I really, really do. From the bottom of my root chakra. All the way to the top of my crown. Yeah. These betrayers, darling dears. These backstabbing betrayers. What do they want? They're going to watch you, darling dear. Pluck every one of those swords out of your back and use it, darling dear. Sword is about seeking knowledge. You get that knowledge, big cat. You are the one that creates your gangster. Remember I told you that you're the main character, you're the queen, and checkmate must always be your go-to move. Not because you feel that you're better than anyone else. You are better than the circumstances you were born into. You are better than the words that was put in your path and in your cranium to make you feel less than. You're better than being cheated on. You're better than going to the STD clinic, right? Yes, baby. You're better than being slandered by what? The frenemies, those fake family members that have the bloody cheek to share the same blood as you blood. But guess what? They said blood is thicker than water, but water at least you can drink to survive. Let it go, darling dears. Live and let live. Yeah? More power to it. What's this, Queen of Cups? And you shall surely reap what you sowed. Being gifted, darling dear. A chance to be charitable to those that are charitable to you. The Queen of Cups is highly intuitive. Some of you may even be tarot readers, but you are a healer. The Queen of Cups is in charge of her emotions, darling dears. Having drunk of the cup of self-love, this is why you're being granted with these opportunities that you must. Can't DM it, blood. Can't DM them. Why must you be flexible with your goals? Why did I bend that card? This card bent up, and this is the first. Look, the card weren't having it. The cards weren't having it because you're the Queen of Pentacles. You know your worth and add tax. The Queen of Pentacles is what? Diligent, methodical. You take the time to plan, plot, and strategize. Just like the what? The Queen of Wands. But you use the finances, darling dears. It's taken the time for you to build to this platform, this stability that you have. But you shall go on. This is steady progress. The rabbit is also telling us that, darling dear. Is this grapes? No, it's the roses of new beginnings, darling dears. The reason why you must be flexible because you can't account for something happening in your plans, a spanner in the works, but you can be prepared. I told you, as a big cat, you stay ready so that you don't have to get ready when you need to be ready. Be prepared, darling dears. The obstacles are set in your path or on your path to remind you of whom you are, and sometimes for you to what? Go back to the drawing board. Socrates said, I'm going to kill you with Socrates today. An unexamined life is a wasted life, and it will waste your opportunities that are being afforded for you. We saw the King of Peace and the Queen of Peace. That is a divine union. Be flexible, blood. You didn't want me to shuffle Queen of Cups. Master your emotions and be vigilant for marauders, darling dears, and not allowing what? Any loss to be what? A permanent loss, darling dear. Remember, lose, learn, wisdom, and win. Because your efforts will surely pay off. Three of Pentacles. This is on the internet. Some of you may have your business on the internet. This is about being recognized as a major craftsperson in your field. Some of you are artists. Get your work out there, darling dears. You don't know what the future holds for you. Don't have that unexamined life where you go to your grave, right, full of all of your dreams and goals and aspirations. Don't do it. Because if you do, you'll be caught by a dick-dealing, mattress back, town gossip, all of the above, darling dear. You'll allow them to come back into your life with a quickness, or allow those others that him, but listen, the same Judas in a different Peter suit, darling dear, to come into your life. Focus on yourself. This goes to 10 of Wands. Put down the burdens. You had challenges, right? But you have also had and still have reinforcements, which you will find in the knowledge you continue to gain on a daily basis. Yeah, Queen of Cups again. Holding it down, darling dears. Because what you're seeking is seeking you. Two of Cups in the upright, I might add. This also speaks about what? Spiritual love as well as spiritual unity, darling dears. It speaks of marriage, darling dears. Even what? The meeting of your true soul family. Somebody's going to be invited on a date, darling dears. And you're still, if you're still going to what? Judge everyone by the last person who was a dick-dealing mattress back, you'll never have the true unions of friendships that you truly deserve. A partner you truly deserve, if a partner is what you want. Building your businesses. building your schools, whatever it is. You could be a hairdresser. If you're living on what happened in the past, you won't go forward. This is about you putting in your best efforts to be what? Curious and creative. Mm-hmm. And again, the Queen of Cups, having mastered your emotions. And it also points to you what? Using your intuition and discernment, darling dears. Mm-hmm. You're able to solve problems when you use your intuition and your discernment. That is the wisest step you'll ever make. And always take the time to nurture unto self. Look and make sure that your own cup is filled up before you go into any form of emotional entanglement. It could be, that takes you straight, what? To the Mud Hut, which is 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the Loser Lane, in the District of the Damned. Yeah. Did you enjoy that rundown? I think I might ask the questions of the questions that I've been... Anyway, I tried something new, and if you loved it, give me a cat. Right. I believe we've got all of the incidentals out. I want to use the deck that I rarely use. Rarely use this deck. Rarely. But I felt you needed a treat after all of this talking, because I can be such a chatty cat. 10-10. Near completion. And it also speaks about competition, darling dears. Keep working towards your goals and stay focused. Examine what you've done up to this point and see if anything needs fine-tuning. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speak the truth, Ruth. Because you was always underestimated, darling dears. Best position to be in. I love it. Underestimate. Go and do it. I double dare you. Mm-hmm. They saw you as what? Small. A small fry. Mm-hmm. Less important. Used you as the patsy and the mark, eh? Mm-hmm. They rated you lower than them. Lesser than them. Mm-hmm. They saw you as no challenge. And some of them even went as far as to say you were simple-minded. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? You get the Empress for that. This is about you, what? Being ascended, you're a nurturer, you are fertile and abundant. It also speaks about what? A wife or husband coming towards you in the future, or this is what you are embodying, darling dears. You have to be what you intend to bring into your life. Mm-hmm. It also speaks about pregnancy. Some of you are pregnant. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. And it also the pregnancy of what? Your infinite possibilities. When you take the time to embrace the L's, as you what? Get the W's, darling dears. It speaks about your growth and your stability, as well as what? Knowing your worth. And adding tax. Double down on it. Double down on the tax on your self-worth, darling dear. Can't be bought or bartered. On that note, I drops me mic. Told over to my Teesprings, told over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Did you understand the assignment, Big Cat? Live and let live. And stay focused as you walk towards your what? Big Cat Chronicles continues. Big Cat wave until we meet again on these tarot streets. Namaste. Pinkies up and a fist bump. You've got the grit. You have the idea. Remember, knowledge gained and not used is what? Fodder on the wind. Don't be the richest cat in the graveyard. Carpe diem.